For any of you guys who like to be social, you can use the official hashtag, which is hashtag spring cleaning. So if you hear something interesting and want to share it, please by all means go ahead. All right, and I guess we're gonna get started. We have a couple more people showing up, but thank you everyone for joining me to learn how to get your home cleaned once and for all. Our topic today is quick and easy tips to tidy up your home this spring. Doesn't really feel like spring though, especially today here in New York. It's raining and still cold. Can't wait for the sun. But let's face it, spring is the best time to wipe away winter's grime and open up those windows to let new life into your home, where you spent months, by now hiding from the bitter cold. So we don't want you to spend all spring cleaning. That's why we've created these quick and easy tips. So how many of you want to clean your home because you're getting ready to sell your home? Just type sell in the chat if that's you. And how many of you have just had enough and you're here to spring clean your current space? If that's the case, you just type stay in the chat. I just want to see how most of you will be using this information today. Okay, some stays, some sells. All right, great. So now whether you're selling or dwelling, cleaning techniques remain the same, basically. So tell me, what is really causing dirt in your home today? If you can quickly just type something in the chat. Let's see if anyone says anything. I know my animals are constantly creating dirt in my home. It's insane, especially in the winter. All right, so some people are saying kitchen, husbands, kids, pets. Okay, great. So, many homes tend to be dirty because homeowners have a negative association with cleaning, and that it's hard work, time consuming, or just flat out gross. So they tend to hold off on tidying up until they basically have to. Now, you're not alone. In fact, sometimes I even get into these cleaning ruts because it's a constant battle in my home with now 5 animals. And it's really hard to keep it clean. And if I don't clean it daily, it becomes more of a mess to tackle. So I've really become a bit of a cleaning expert since becoming a fur mom. All right, so here's what you're going to learn today. And we'll be digging deeper into your cleaning system to assess your current situation and determine why the dirt in your home exists, because in most cases, it goes beyond the dust buildup. So you're going to learn how to implement habits neat freaks use that will actually save you time and keep your house cleaner longer. Then I want to focus on 15 cleaning tasks that you can start in your home today that you may not do on a normal basis, but they're important to clean during this time of year. Now, I know plenty on the subject. I became a home stager back in 2009 and created a New York City-based company called Stylish Stagers, Inc., where we focused on helping sellers prepare their homes for sale. And yes, you guessed it, part of that preparation does include cleaning the home. Now, whether on a consultation project or during a how-to video, we've helped hundreds of clients tidy up their homes and maintain dirt while on the market. I've recently created a 10-step feel-at-home process, which will also talk about cleaning, and will be found in my new book, Feel at Home, Home Staging Secrets for a Quick and Easy Sell, out later this summer, as well as in my new online video course, The Stage 2 Sell Strategy, both expected to be released later this year. So really, enough about me. The first thing you need to do is get out of your own head. Here are 5 reasons why someone has trouble tidying up their home. Let me know if any of these relate to you. So, number 1, I can't create and keep a clean home because I don't have a cleaning system. And this usually comes from a person who has never kept a clean room in their life. Now, many times this type of person has never really been taught how to clean. So they lack these skills and avoid cleaning at all costs. They create excuses, or in some severe cases, it becomes their belief system. I've had a client tell me, I don't know what to use to clean this mess, so I can't clean. I've also had someone say, there's never a good time to clean. And these are just excuses. I grew up in anything but a clean freak's home. We did have weekly cleaning chores, and we were responsible to clean our own rooms, but we never really were taught a system, and things became messy again right away. And it really wasn't until I got my own home that I became a bit more OCD-ish about cleaning. And, for those of you who don't know, OCD is short for obsessive compulsive disorder. Well, once I discovered this, I realized my best friend from high school had actually rubbed off on me. And she was one that subliminally taught me how to clean. And she showed me how to tackle and take care of things. So Michelle P., if you're listening, thank you out there. I'm talking about you. So a big thanks. So if you don't have a system, chances are it's not your fault. And we'll get you on a cleaning system that you can keep by changing your mindset and learning cleaning skills you can implement. So, but I want you to start thinking about why you want to create a cleaning environment. It's usually because you're looking to change an emotional state, like I want to feel relaxed, feel productive, or have control. So when you get clean, think about what's in it for you, and will it be enough to keep you motivated? I love this quote from Zig Ziglar. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. So you need to focus on staying motivated every day, or nothing in your home, especially cleaning, will get accomplished. All right, so here are some cleaning skills you can improve upon right now. In order to start, you have to be able to motivate yourself. And most people don't like to clean, let alone deep clean. So you can motivate yourself through a feeling of accomplishment once you're done, but maybe you need more like playing music while you're cleaning, or maybe what motivates you is that you have guests coming to your house, so you need to take action. Whatever it is, hone in on it and make it work for you. Another cleaning skill you need is to be organized. And this was a topic we talked about in our last webinar, and I could put a link to that recording in the chat box, but you want to reduce your clutter before you start cleaning because it can build up dirt around your home. And we'll talk more about that in a minute. You also want to have checklists and schedules that'll help you prioritize, stay on track, create efficiency, and allow you to hold yourself accountable to complete tasks. Now, speaking of tasks, take large tasks or projects and break them down into manageable ones. It will stop procrastination and change your perception to allow you to focus better. For instance, let's say cleaning your house is an overwhelming job for you. Then break up the chores over a few days so you're cleaning a half an hour to an hour each day rather than spending a whole day or a half day cleaning. Now, you want to be able to maintain a clean home. It will also make you feel more organized because your physical clutter will be manageable. One of the last skills you could benefit from is attention to detail. The more detailed you are, the better you'll clean. And those that are detail-oriented can notice the smallest cobweb in the corner to a smudge on the window to piles of hair rolling around the floor like tumbleweeds. A lot of times people never really begin to clean. So number 2 is because if there isn't a lasting result, why bother, right? And cleaning is one of those thankless jobs where it's a never-ending cycle, especially if you have kids or fur babies. What happened here? There we go. Many times people associate outcome with their actions. For instance, I pick up the toys, my kids dump the toys out of the bucket, so I'll just leave them out of the bucket. What's the point of putting them back in the bucket? And think about it, it's kind of like shoveling snow. I know many of us have done this multiple times this year. Are you the type of person that goes out several times to shovel, or do you wait until it stops snowing? While you could argue both sides, you actually use less energy if you shovel multiple times than all at once, especially with large storms with heavy snow and a lot of accumulation. Now, if you don't maintain your home like snow, then cleaning it will just involve more work. And when you organize your home, you're essentially changing your home and your habits, which can be overbearing for some, so they avoid organizing altogether. Now, is this you? What are you afraid to find if you clean? There was one client I had who had some nasty discoveries in his home, like dead pests hidden in messy piles, animal feces on the floor, leftover food and dirty dishes haphazardly all over the place, causing a stink. But he also found he had money stashed away for a rainy day. So I would say that was worth tidying up, right? I also had a friend who couldn't find her wedding band for years, and she forgot where she put it. And it was a continuous treasure hunt in her home until she recently went into the purse in her. She had it in her walk-in closet. Yep, and there she found it, the symbol of her love, in one of the pockets in one of her purses that she used to use. So, yes, big messes are bound to uncover some negative discoveries, but you could also find positive ones that are valuable and could potentially improve your life. Now, the client I was just talking about was able to pay for more staging services after he found his stash of cash, which helped him get an offer within 2 weeks. So be mindful of the emotions behind your actions, and don't be afraid to move away from your comfort zone to change your mindset. Now, why are we talking about this? Because spring cleaning involves deep cleaning your home, something many people tend to overlook because they don't have the time, or they may feel a particular object or task isn't necessary. Here's a heads up. Everything created on this earth gets dirty or worn and usually needs to be maintained. So let's talk about ways to lose the dirt in your home. All right, it all starts with organization, which doesn't happen until after you've sifted through all your belongings. So how do you lose the clutter? Well, you have to decide what items you absolutely need, then designate a home for each item in a logical place. It's much easier to clean surfaces when they're not cluttered with your belongings. And again, for more on how to organize, I'll send you guys a link of the home organizing webinar I did a few months ago, back in January. Another way to lose the mess is to put items back where you found them on a daily basis. The more items, let's say, you leave out on the counter, the more cluttered your home will look, and the more likely you will continue to add to the pile. And when you have a mess like these built up throughout your home, you kind of become blind to them and you don't see them anymore because it's become the norm for you. Next, think about simplicity. When you have complicated fixtures, lots of surfaces to clean, or lots of items to move around, you're more likely to collect dirt. I used to have a lot of shelves and walls and a wall of frames in my home prior to Superstorm Sandy that flooded our house back in 2002. And while I was removing these items on the wall to remodel, I couldn't believe the amount of dirt on these items, and we cleaned constantly in our house. But there is something to be said about this, out of sight, out of mind, and you don't realize that dust was there. And it made me simplify my new design plan. I have 4 animals or 5 animals now, and having built-ins or lots of accessories in my home provides another surface for me to clean. So I really simplified my decor in my new space. Another way you can actually lose the dirt is when you make your beds daily. I don't know if you guys have heard about this or not, but this habit can provide better productivity throughout the day by starting the day off right and potentially taking this moment. It can make you feel more accomplished as soon as you wake up and you're motivated to do more. Number 3, a lot of my clients have this problem and they don't have time to clean their home, so they decide never to really get started. And this way they won't feel guilty or like a failure but this feeling usually creeps back in. Time management can be a constant struggle. I even get sidetracked from time to time. Everyone does. And it's just a matter of you having a system in place to regroup and refocus and get back to the task at hand. So just like anything else you would do in your life, you need to create a plan. So whatever it is you want to achieve, writing it down is one step closer to making it possible, and tracking your progress will help you break down and achieve those goals. So here is the strategy. And this is what you're going to do in every area of your home. Actually, this strategy is from Melissa Maker. She's from Clean My Space, which I follow her regularly. And Melissa Maker is a host. She's the host of Clean My Space, a popular how-to video series on YouTube. And she has nearly 245,000 subscribers. You can go subscribe to her right now at youtube.com/cleanmyspace. And if you do subscribe, just say hello and say you were recommended by me, Tori. She also has a cleaning company in Canada, and she is one of the leading experts on this subject. So I wanted to share her strategy with you. Now, this strategy is her ultimate spring cleaning guide that you can find on her blog at cleanmyspace.com. So first up, you want to go with gravity. You want to start cleaning from the top down to avoid re-cleaning a surface. Who wants to clean again and again and again, right? Why would you wipe down the tabletop just to dust the ceiling fixture above it? After that, the dust will then fall onto the clean table, and guess what? You just have to clean it again. So Melissa writes, to make cleaning more effective, you need to divide your room into an imaginary clock. So 12 o'clock will always be your starting point, and it could be a door, a sink, a shelving unit, whatever you decide your starting point to be. But you want to complete all the tasks in that section, then work clockwise throughout the room until you're back at 12 o'clock. This way you feel more organized and you actually have a method to the cleaning madness. Now, Melissa explains having your tools right beside you while you're cleaning will eliminate wasted time. Have a caddy cleaner with your most important tools to avoid misplacing them, and it helps get the job done that much quicker. Now, it's important to be patient. If this is your first time really cleaning, don't get discouraged. Practice will make tidying up go a lot smoother. You want to prioritize what needs to be done first, then schedule other projects to tackle. To avoid feeling overwhelmed, Melissa shares in her free videos at youtube.com/cleanmyspace. She shares some of the ways to avoid feeling this overwhelm. And in her blog, she talks about it's important to educate yourself to the proper way to clean each item, which you can do that over at cleanmyspace.com, and this will make it easier to clean. Keep the items clean for longer and be more manageable. And finally, you want to be able to prepare yourself for the work ahead. Go ahead and have a bite to eat, have your water handy, and don't have the TV on or your phone nearby to cause any distractions. There's nothing worse than dragging out a day of cleaning, right? It's crazy. All right, so number 4, many times people don't start the cleaning process because they feel a sense of overwhelm. Well, as I said before, if you leave everything to pile up, it will take longer to clean, and you really want to take back control of your house. So when there is too much to maintain, people get frustrated and they rarely see the end in sight. And quite frankly, they feel helpless and even hopeless. So they just continue down their messy path, knowing they should be doing something, but not exactly sure what to even start to tackle. So here's a great quote from Stephen Covey. I'm not a product of my circumstances. I'm a product of my decisions. And Stephen Covey wrote the New York Times bestseller, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. If you get a chance, definitely read that book. It could change your life. And this means, you can decide to change that overwhelming feeling you have and maintain your home without feeling stressed out. Okay? And here's how we're going to do it. We already talked about making your bed daily, which is a good habit that will actually make you more productive throughout the day, right? But consider these habits people who live in immaculate homes do to keep cleaning at a minimum and their home maintained. So those who maintain their home spend on average about 20 minutes a day cleaning up after themselves. Not bad considering the alternative of spending 4 to 8 hours cleaning just one day. So the first habit to adopt is putting an item away as soon as it enters your home. Now, I know many of you have probably experienced someone flinging their coats and shoes off as soon as they walk through the door. Ugh, so annoying, right? Or what about when you do laundry, fold it, and then it just sits there for a week? And speaking of clothes, when you change into your PJs at night, what do you do with the clothes that you worn? Do you actually put them into the hamper? So rather than procrastinate, the rule here is whenever you use something, decide what to do with it immediately and don't leave it out to build clutter. That also works when you're talking about paperwork. Keep minimal paperwork, including mail. You should immediately sort through mail, throw away junk, and take any timely measures promptly and put everything else in a designated area until it's time to pay the bills. Also, with dishes here, washing a dish after every use is also a good habit to keep. It avoids a sink pileup and takes less time to clean a dish right after use than letting the food sit on the dish to get caked on. And while we're in the kitchen, neat freaks always wipe down any surfaces after they use it, like the kitchen counter, stove, or bathroom vanity. These items are used multiple times a day, so why not leave it in good condition for the next person to use? Bacteria and germs can build up on surfaces immediately. So you want to take precautions to avoid, getting anyone sick. Now, don't have extra items hanging around your home. If you haven't used it in months, consider getting rid of it. Less is more, especially when it comes to cleaning, decorating, and especially staging. Another good habit to keep is if you have animals, you want to dust and vacuum your home 2 to 3 times a week to stay on top of the dirt and grime that enters the home. And these tasks will really keep you from doing any lengthy, deep cleans on the weekend when it's time to relax. Who wants to do this all by themselves? I know I don't. I always have Sal pitching in. So if you can recruit help, have a spouse or your kids clean up their own messes. It may take some time. It may take some burden off of you, which who wants all that burden? To get your house in showing order, you must divide and conquer, and whether you're showing it to buyers or guests, right? Because you want to make a good first impression. And 2 people can get the job done in half the time. So you want to start by creating a to-do list. Tasks that need to be completed on a daily, weekly, monthly basis for each room. Now, once you know what you need to do, hold a meeting with other members of your household to set expectations and determine who will do what in each room. You want to have a routine, so every day or week, so-and-so is going to do the dishes, vacuum, or whatever the chore is, and hold that person accountable. You want to set reminders, have rewards, and consequences if someone doesn't complete their chores. And all this should be talked about in the meeting you hold with your family members, as well as how to determine when a job is done. So let's say your son is responsible for collecting the laundry. Does he just collect the laundry and bring it to the washing machine, or does he separate the clothes and put in a load? It's important to set end goals so everyone knows when a job is complete. And the same goes if you decide to hire a cleaning service. Maybe if you have the budget, splurge for a house cleaner once or twice a month to do a deep clean, and you can just maintain the in-between visits. But you should tell them everything you want them to do, set expectations, and explain to them what a complete task looks in your eyes to avoid any negativity towards having a cleaning company come in. So on to number 5. Speaking of your eyes, those standards could be much different from others in the home. You know, who is setting the standards in your home? There are many different types of clean, and you can be, a super clean, neat freak. You can be a speed cleaner, or those that put off cleaning until it becomes a must. There are even green cleaners who have the environment in mind when using and disposing of products. For this reason, some people get intimidated by the standards of another and may never begin to clean their home. So a person can even be intimidated by their own perfectionist ways. So if they feel, that they can't clean right or keep it clean, they'll shy away from the work because it won't be perfect to them. When it comes to these standards, you must decide as a family how serious you will take your cleaning tasks, pick your cleaning battles, and be wary of the health and safety concerns that pose a threat. This is a quote for those people who are perfectionists or have to deal with perfectionists in their home. So perfection is not attainable, but if we chase perfection, we can catch excellence. And this quote's from Vince Lombardi. So for those who are perfectionists, don't overdo it with cleaning. You could actually have an addiction that could lead to a serious OCD, and recognize that you may be cleaning as an excuse to avoid dealing with something else. So let's talk about cleaning products here for a second. I love these cleaning tools, and I want to share some of my favorites with you. I personally always have a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser handy to clean almost anything, from the wall to your stove, And I also love to use a lint roller. It's not just for clothes, I use my lint roller to clean lampshades, headboards, pillows, and other fabrics around the house. Now, Clean My Space Queen, Melissa Maker, shared some of her go-to tools on her YouTube channel. And in one of her cleaning videos, she likes to use a squeegee, and she uses that for glass cleaning occasionally, but her favorite use for this product is when she finishes cleaning her shower. She wipes the tiles dry and makes them shine beautifully. Now, another tool that she uses is lots of microfiber cloths, and they can be reused 500 times, which she prefers using these cloths rather than paper towels. Another tool that she uses is a scraper, and yes, that's spelled correctly. It's another trick up her sleeve, and she explains this in a video that this tool is one of her all-time favorite go-to cleaning tools for removing build-up safely, and it really is. It's a scraper that removes these caked-on issues that you may have around your home. She also uses often a 10-ounce spray bottle in different colors to have in her cleaning toolbox rather than all those heavy cleaning products. And you could also store your own DIY products in these bottles as well. And of course, she recommends in her video to have an air can duster, so you can get to those hard to reach places where dust collects in your home. So you don't really need to just use those for your keyboard. You could use them in all those little small crevices. So now that we know some key products to have in our cleaning kits, it's time to talk about the 20 deep clean spring must-dos to get that home sparkling. We want to spring forward to a renewed life by rocking in your spring cleaning. So let's turn up the tunes, roll up our sleeves, and get to work. So the first tip I have, and now many of the areas that we're going to be talking about here aren't items that you clean all the time. So these are tips that are specialty cleaning tricks to tackle at least once or twice a year. So we're going to talk about a few of the outside areas first that you can tidy up now that the sun will be shining soon. And the first one here is cleaning the gutters. So clogged gutters can wreak havoc with the natural drainage of water away from your home. And this can result in damage to your soffits, your roofing, or even begin leaking into your home. Additionally, water damage can ruin the very foundation of your home. It's something that you never want this to happen. Now, some of the other benefits of gutter cleaning include preventing water damage to your home, like we just talked about, avoiding nesting areas for termites, birds, mosquitoes, and other insects. It can prevent destruction of expensive landscaping, and maintain value and beauty of your home. So you want to either go up there and clean those gutters yourselves or call someone in to do it for you once or twice a year. Now, another area that can get overlooked for years in a home is the chimney flue. And I wouldn't recommend tackling this job by yourself. You should probably call in the experts to clean the buildup caused by burning firewood. But, if it's not cleaned, it could potentially not only harm the fireplace, but could cause a house fire. So you want to try and clean this out at least once a year, if not every other year. But don't forget about your chimneys here. Now, something that you do every spring is power washing, and I love to do this in my home. I have no idea why, but you literally see the dirt vanish right in front of your eyes. Maybe that's why, because it just magically becomes clean. So exterior surfaces of your home are constantly exposed to harmful elements, rain, dirt, grime. These things physically attack surfaces, causing them to degrade, discolor, oxidize, or, just really look dirty over time. Mold, mildew, birds, insects, spiders, tree sap, all of this can build up on your home. And your flooring and the cement and everything else that's around your home. So you can power wash siding, your cement, patios, and so much more. You just want to be careful washing around paint because it will actually remove the paint. Now you can get this professionally done if you don't want to do this, or you can buy a machine yourself, or you can rent one from one of your home improvement stores for the day. It's actually not that much money. Another task you should do this spring is wash your windows inside and out, and you can use a glass cleaner and a squeegee on the inside and use Windex glass cleaner that attaches to your hose to wash the exterior. Then you wash it down with water, and there's no real scrubbing required in that, which is always a plus. And it's a lot quicker than actually doing it by hand on the outside. Now, you will add double the light in your home if you wipe away the grime of the cold winter months. So I definitely recommend doing this, and it just makes you see nature a little bit better without all that caked on snow and dirt and everything else all over your windows. So spring is a time for rebirth. Plants, flowers, and grass will begin to grow. So don't forget about your potted plants, especially in the front of your home. And you can easily add a pop of color or some life to your space by freshening up your landscaping and planting. So this is definitely something that you should clean every spring, just to add new life to your home. The garage or shed. Now, maybe it's been too cold to really hang out in the garage this winter. I know I haven't been in my garage probably since the end of fall. I know Sal is usually the one that goes out there and grabs stuff out of the shed during the cold winter months. And by the time spring comes and I, walk in there, it's a mess because he just likes to throw stuff back in there, right? He doesn't put it back where it belongs. So you want to make sure to schedule a time to go through the items you have, clean clean up work areas, cobwebs, any gas puddles you might have. So it's a space that you can utilize properly during the warmer months. All right, now we're heading inside for the rest of these tips. And as I mentioned before, Melissa Maker always says to go with gravity. So when doing a deep clean, you want to make sure to wipe down the ceilings first, then the walls, trim, doors, and baseboards. This spring would, during the spring months, it's also a good time to have touch-up paint done. So you can also assess that and see if you need to touch up any of your paint around your house. Now, I'm always washing my walls, and like I said before, I do use the magic eraser and wipe it down with a dry cloth. But you can't wash your walls if you have flat paint. So just note that in your head. If you have flat paint, you're not going to be able to wash your walls with any type of waterable solution. You're going to just have to use a dry cloth and try and fix it that way. Okay, on to light fixtures. So when spring cleaning or doing a deep clean, don't forget these little bad boys, your light fixtures. They usually don't make the cut when you're doing a speed cleaning or getting ready for guests or buyers. But consider even taking apart the light and washing it with soap and water, removing any insects that could build up in there. And this also includes those ceiling fans. If you forget to clean those and just clean the entire room, and then you turn it on, guess what? You have dust floating all around your clean home. I mean, your clean room, and you're going to have to clean that again. So you always want to make sure that your ceiling fans are clean. Another thing that's up on the ceiling a lot of times, and these can get filthy throughout the year, dust builds up quickly on vents, and you can clean them like this with a sponge, but you should remove the vent, wash it in the sink, and then try to vacuum your air ducts with a dust brush or a crevice attachment, and this will clear out dust bunnies and other debris that may have been settling in your air ducts. Now, is a good time to also change out those air filters, and this way you reduce the amount of dust that's coming back into your home. Do you have an area in your home like this? I mean, what a mess. Do you have, to be honest, maybe it's a closet or a junk drawer, but take this time to declutter the items in your home. We already talked about this a lot, but it can help your overall cleaning state of mind and get the work done faster when you're cleaning an organized space rather than, taking everything off this table to wipe the table clean and then putting all the stuff back on. It doesn't make sense. Now, that goes for closets too. Take one closet at a time and go through its contents. Figure out what's staying and going, then find a place for everything in the closet and make sure to wipe down the ceiling, shelves, walls, and of course vacuum the floor before you place the items back in there. Another thing that you're going to want to clean this spring is all your big furniture items. So they may need a good cleaning now and then, and make sure to not only clean the exterior parts of the furniture, but clean under the cushions and move the furniture to vacuum behind and under the piece. That's probably hiding a lot of dust buildup as well. So like upholstered furniture, all fabric around the home needs a cleaning every now and then. So you want to remove and wash curtains or vacuum them, clean all pillows and other fabric pieces, collecting dirt around your home. Okay, and we're rounding these out here. When you're cleaning the windows and curtains, don't forget your blinds, and these collect dirt easily. So you can, this is how you're going to vacuum your blinds, or clean your blinds. You're going to vacuum the blinds with a brush attachment, and you vacuum across the slats, not up and down. Use lamb's wool duster, again, working across the slats and starting at the top. Or you could use a rubber sponge, also known as a dry sponge, to remove dust and residue from both fabric and vinyl blinds. So simply wipe the dry sponge firmly across the blind and it'll remove the dust. Now you can wet wooden blinds when cleaning, but don't soak them. Clean them in place instead of removing them as you would for other types of blinds. So that's a few ways you can clean different types of blinds that you may have around your home. Mattresses are another good one that you want to take note during your spring cleaning. Now, mattresses should be dealt with at least once a year. You want to wash your mattress pads and covers. And while you have the bed stripped, be sure to inspect the mattress and clean it. You would vacuum the mattress, then sprinkle maybe baking soda over the mattress to deodorize it. Leave that on for a couple of hours before vacuuming the contents off and then flipping the mattress over. And of course, while the mattress is off, wash the bed skirts and clean under your bed. You also want to take a moment and reorganize high traffic drawers that can become messy. Usually this is in the kitchen and in your bathrooms. And when someone is in a rush, things tend not to be put back in place. So over time, you could be faced with a disorganized drawer or cabinet for that matter. And once you remove all the items, wipe down the drawers or cabinets and then put your items back. And you want to make sure that you're grouping like items together. So all the spoons are in one area, you see the lighters over here in one area. So try and group like items together and keep them coordinated so you know where they are at all times. Now, this is a tedious spring cleaning job, but cleaning grout will make your tile floors, showers, or baths look brand new. So use a grout brush or an old toothbrush to apply the paste to the grout lines. And you want to clean all of the grout lines with a vinegar and baking soda paste. Then what you want to do is rinse the area with water, and the stains and discoloration should vanish. Now, during spring cleaning, you want to give your wall-to-wall carpets the spa treatment. So steam clean your carpets once all the snow is gone. So much dirt, has tracked in over the winter that the steam cleaning could make your carpets actually look brand new again. So this treatment will also help remove any unwanted smells, especially pet odors. There's several different types of steam cleaners on the market that you could actually purchase and have, or you can go out and rent one, or again, you can go and hire a professional cleaner to come in maybe twice a year, or maybe you want to do it once a quarter to really get your carpets clean and sanitized. Now, speaking of pets, they could use a good bath too, and this will prevent their dirt and germs from contaminating your new clean house. Not to mention, it will make them not only feel better, but smell better. So take a moment to clean your animals once you've cleaned your house, or go send them out to get groomed. This way they're not, they don't have all that dirt and grime on them that they're actually bringing back into the home. Now, the last tip that I want to share with you is putting the finishing touches on your home. So following your spring cleaning, since the seasons are changing, so should your decor. So remove darker colors, maybe objects or photos that remind you of the winter months, and bring in lighter colors, wicker baskets, flowers, seashells, anything that says, light and airy to you as a way to welcome spring into your home. Okay. Now, staying clean can be a chore all in itself. So cleaning up can be pleasurable for some and a nightmare for others. So remember, you have to train yourself to do things differently. But as it becomes part of your routine, you'll find it easier to maintain a clean home. So if you have to, keep lists, schedules, and charts, then creating a routine chart that tells you what you need to do repeatably, when you need to do it, and that can work for you and help you control your housework. So I definitely recommend that. If you think this is going to be a problem, start small when changing your routine. Maybe only start with a few new tasks and grow from there. It's been said that it takes 21 days to turn a routine into a habit. So take a few minutes each day to go through your house and take care of any items that are not in the proper place. Make sure that when you're putting any items down, you're placing it back in the home you assigned it. If you just put it down anywhere, you may forget to go back to it, and the item will, begin to build into clutter and create a mess. Everyone in the house should be responsible for cleaning up after themselves. It shouldn't just be mom or dad cleaning up the entire house. Hold everyone accountable, then reward them with a treat. Maybe take them for ice cream, or a movie. You get to go out and drink with your girlfriends or your buddies. You also need to have reminders in place to keep you on track and motivated. Then, if necessary, tweak your systems if you find they're not completely working for you. And remember, housekeeping is a process. It's not a quick project. So it's going to take time, and it's going to take trial and error. But you need to just work through that. All right, and we've reached the end of this webinar, so I'd like to open it up for questions. If anyone has a question, please go ahead and type that in the chat. If you have a question after this webinar, please feel free to reach me at info@toritoth.com, or you can visit our website at toritoth.com. Both of that is right up there for you to jot that down. Please also go subscribe to our YouTube channel, and that is youtube.com/stylishstagers. And there you're going to get not only home cleaning, but also staging tips and organizing tips to help prepare your home for sale. And what you want to do too is go friend us on Facebook if you're not a friend already. We love new fans and people interacting in our community on Facebook, and that is facebook.com/homestagingtips. And there you'll get inspiration, motivation, and get new cleaning tips every Friday, because it's Freshen Up Fridays on our Facebook fan page. So do we have any questions here? I'm not seeing any, guys. All right, well, if you do have a question, please make sure to email me at info@toritoth.com. I want to thank Melissa Maker from Clean My Space for allowing us to incorporate some of her cleaning advice in this webinar. Please do yourself a favor and go subscribe to her YouTube channel at youtube.com/cleanmyspace to access all of her amazing cleaning tips. Again, here is my information one last time. You can visit us over on Facebook or on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/stylishstagers. I want to thank you all for joining me today. Remember, home cleaning is an ongoing process. Keep at it, and you will change your routine, habits, and conquer your goals in 2015. Take care, everyone.